Well, Breakthrough New York, or BTNY, was founded nearly 20 years ago at the town school on the Upper East Side. Now, what began as Summerbridge, a summer program with 6 kids, has evolved into a 6-year program, this year serving 440 students across all 5 boroughs. Now, the goal is to help these students gain acceptance into better high schools and better colleges. Most come from low-income families, and more than 40% are the first in their families to pursue a college degree. Now, here to tell us how BTNY has expanded and how it works are its executive director, Rhea Wong. Welcome to BK Live.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. And from Brooklyn, but a rising senior at Dwight School in Manhattan, is Jailene Peralta. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Rising senior.
Yes.
So you are on your way to college. Yes, you started all that application process and whittling it down.
Absolutely.
Good deal.
Yeah, Breakthrough has helped me in so many ways. They've helped me with test prep, college counseling, and college visits. I actually visited a college back in March, which is really exciting.
Where'd you go?
We went to UPenn and Lehigh.
Oh, nice.
I know, yeah.
All right, so we might have a little inside track. So
Definitely.
Jailene is proof positive that the plan works, and you've known her for years now.
For years, absolutely. So one of the tenets of our program is we're actually a 10-year program. So we identify high-achieving, low-income 6th graders and support them for 10 years to and through college.
Starting in the 6th grade.
Starting in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
So it's a long haul. We really think of ourselves as a family.
Yeah.
It's a long-term commitment, and what's amazing is we have 11-year-olds who are signing 10-year commitments, and they're pretty much like, that's my whole life.
Right.
But we have exceptional kids who, like Jailene, are super motivated and super focused on college graduation from a very early age.
So why is 6th grade sort of that magic number?
Yeah.
Like, why is that the spot to get in?
Yeah, I mean, our perspective is that middle school is the sweet spot. So particularly because of the way the high school application process works in New York City,
Yeah.
where you go to middle school largely determines where you go to high school, and therefore determines whether or not you're college bound.
Yeah.
And so, in our experience, middle school is where a lot of kids fall off the track, and that's really the point at which kids determine whether they're going to be going one way or another, academically speaking. And so, we believe our intervention in that 6th grade year is really critical.
Okay, so Jailene, I'm gonna ask you, like, what level nerd alert is this? When you were in 6th grade, did you know that you wanted this whole path ahead of you? Like, okay, I wanna go to college here. Are you one of those, like, planning people, or did it all just come together?
Well, that's what's amazing about Breakthrough, because when I was younger, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, you're in 6th grade, you're like, what is college?
Okay,
But
that makes me feel better. For sure you had it all figured out.
no, but Breakthrough helped me figure it out, you know. Now we have a plan, and even in 7th grade, I was like, okay, now I know what college is, and I definitely want to go to it. And now I'm on the path to going to college next year, so that's really exciting.
So just looking back now that you're almost finished with the cycle and you're already applying and visiting schools, what sort of advice would you give to a 6th grader who maybe hasn't even been identified yet, a parent who's watching and saying, yes, God, let me get the help to keep my kid on track as well? What would you say to them?
That's an amazing question. I would say to the students that to breathe, it's all going to be okay. Breakthrough's an amazing family. We have an amazing support group at Breakthrough, and you are going to be faced with challenges, but what's so great is that, you know, we overcome them, and, you know, Breakthrough gives us the tools to overcome them. And for the parents, you're going to see your child grow up. I mean, my mom and I talk about how I was a 6th grader at Breakthrough, and she tells me, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that we had Breakthrough on our side to help you, you know, grow and overcome all the challenges that, you know, you face.
So how does one become eligible? There's someone watching right now who's sitting there with a pen saying, okay, who do I have to call? What's the process?
So we actually only take kids in at one point, so it's the spring of 6th grade, and so you should reach out to us via the website, btny.org, and we do a citywide recruitment process, and to be eligible, kids have to have at least an A or B in their core program, or their core academic classes, at least a 3 or 4 on their statewide tests, demonstrate financial need, and also demonstrate other factors that would put them at risk for not going to college, such as being first-generation American, being the first in their family to go to college, and so forth.
So I have some stats that our ACE producer, Kritzy, pulled for me. So the percentage of college-age BTNY students attending a 4-year college is just about 100%.
Just about.
Who does that? Like, how is that a thing?
It's a thing that we do, and we've done the last 5 years running.
Yeah.
And actually, 95% of our kids are still persisting in college and on track to graduate within 4 years.
Yeah.
So part of it is that we identify really exceptional kids, and part of it is that they support each other on the pathway.
So college retention is a separate issue when people get in, because there's
Totally
a lot
separate.
of support with pushing and say when we get there, and then when we get there, like, what do we do? So how do you guys in your program help to sort of prime the pump a little for when kids do? It's like, I've made it, and now what do I do?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So 3 years ago, we actually became what we call a college success program to support our kids to and through college because of this very issue. We were getting them into fantastic schools, Yale and Wesleyan and so forth, and they were dropping out. And so what we as an organization did is really took a look at what are the barriers. And so there are 3 pretty significant ones that we identified. The academic piece, which is if you're going from, say, a public school to an elite college, there's a lot academically that you have to step up to. Financially, so obviously our kids are on significant financial aid, and so without support around how to navigate the FAFSA and how to navigate the financial aid office, that was really hard. And then the third is sort of the socio-emotional piece, which is how do I go and feel comfortable at an elite college where there may not be other kids of color or other kids who are coming from, first-in families and so forth. And so as an organization, we've actually started to support them. So most of our kids are actually at schools outside of the city, so we do remote support with them. And then in addition, we're building out our career piece because we realize it's not just about the college degree, it's also about getting a job after college. And so, the old adage, if it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so we're really trying to build out the network for our kids and, their resumes and job experience. In fact, Jailene is getting started early on that. She has an internship this summer.
Awesome. So I'm looking at the numbers, and there are about 440, and there are 30-some students from Brooklyn. I have new students that are coming into the program. So I wanted to talk to you about that sort of mentorship part, because from what I've seen, it's this sort of full circle movement where you start as a 6th grader, and a lot of people come back and pull the next generation with them.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned before, we're a family at Breakthrough, so mentoring is a very big part of it. I think that as an older student, I have a duty to help my younger peers, and help them overcome those challenges and help them with the tools that Breakthrough provided me, and just guide them a little bit.
Very cool. You said duty. That poop thing. No, but on a serious note, how do you guys make this possible? Like, are there public donations? Is the government throwing money at you so we can keep our checkbooks closed?
Oh, no. We want those checkbooks open and ready. No, so actually we don't receive any public funding. So we have to do all of our own fundraising every year through private sources, whether it's foundations, corporations, or individuals. Look, we'd love to get public money, but we don't currently, so we raise about $3 million a year to support our program. And actually this year we'll have about 525 kids that we're serving.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, and you guys really are taking a long-range view and ever expanding the program. You talk about grabbing a 6th grader and then a decade later helping them with the network and career.
Yeah, it's an interesting model, and I think as a board and as a staff, we really took a good hard look and asked ourselves, what are we doing to really move the needle for our kids? And we realized that it does take a 10-year commitment. You can't just drop kids off at college and be like, good luck, see you later. So look, it's high touch, it certainly takes a lot of resources, but we believe it's the right way to go.
Okay, so it's our last 2 minutes. I want to talk to you and finish things out, and just tell us how it's impacted you in a positive way. Like, clearly you're an extraordinary young woman, and those folks at Penn and other schools will be fighting for you soon, but really about the real world impact of the program.
That's such an amazing question. Breakthrough has helped me in so many ways. In terms of academics, every time I went to Breakthrough in the summers, they challenged me with courses that I was going to take the following year. So I learned how to take those challenges and overcome them, as I've mentioned before various times. In terms of socially, Breakthrough has helped me. I was a very shy sixth grader. I would have never thought I would be here with Rhea talking to you.
Yeah.
And because of Breakthrough, I've learned how to be able to articulate better and be able to even talk to my peers and start those conversations, say hi, be a mentor in those ways. So it's definitely, for my family, it has been such a great, amazing experience so far.
So if there was any question in your mind as to what you should be doing with any extra money you have, I think that was a slam dunk. So Rhea, before you get out of here, just one more time how folks can get involved and in touch and support.
btny.org. We're online. Send us an email. All of the info is there. We're happy to be in touch.
Rhea, Jailene, thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you.
I'm sure we'll all be working for you one day. So
Right.
stay in touch.